The thing about the memes on the phone, we're doing that to people.
What do you mean?
Well, they're going through people's phones and checking their social media. Like if you're coming from the UK, I think they go through your phone and look for memes that they don't like. Any
That's
social media activity you shouldn't have done. There was a story that one person got expelled because he had the JD Vance like bobblehead meme. And apparently he did have the bobblehead meme, but what had he actually done? He had like a drug he was a drug user. I think he had to fill out his report that he used drugs. Like in general, I'm a drug user, and they expelled him for that, sent him back to his home. And then Reddit got a hold of that. And I guess sort of like left-wing propaganda news got a hold of that. And they're like, expelled over meme. Let's Barbara Streisand the shit out of this. And it's like, well, no one cares.
Yeah.
Like look, I love shitting on Trump for his look, his gobbledygook neck.
Do you think
JD Vance is not an unattractive man? So
do you think if that guy didn't admit to drug use? No, let's do this. He admitted to drug use, but he didn't have the meme. Does he get deported?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine the drug use is the deciding factor there. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't heard this story.
I bet there's lots of people with that meme on their phones, and they're not getting sent home left and right. So like that's kind of my barometer. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just thought the thing was wacky. I think attacking JD Vance is wacky. I don't like his politics or his policy, and he comes off as downright prissy at times, but he doesn't wear eyeliner. That's just what his eyes look like. What are you making fun of?
I like a fat-faced man.
Do you like his look?
I love his look. I think he's handsome as hell. I think that's exactly what we need: is more fat-faced men, round-faced, fat-faced men out in politics
with full beards,
in the public eye. That's what we need.
Yeah, you could be a JD Vance impersonator. Like if there was a get together.
Have you seen the memes where he is the judge from Blood Meridian? Where they make it's that JD Vance meme face, but he's totally bald, and I saw it and I thought it was funny, and now that I'm reading the book, I'm like, oh, I fucking get it. Like they're kind of representing him as Satan, but
yeah, sometimes I guess what it really is I don't like it when people meme poorly. I like good, well constructed, funny memes. And whenever they make fun of JD, that's good. See, that's good. I like that. That tickles me. All right, that's what the judge looks like as he's described in the book. Essentially, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. That would haunt my dreams.
Pink ass lips.
I don't like. What do you say? And you leave things up not long enough. Too long already on this one though.
So I'm reading about this dude. Apparently, he admitted to being a drug user. So they forced him to get the password to his phone. They said they were going to detain him and fine him $5,000 if he didn't get the password. So he gave it to that. And then once they saw the JD Vance meme, they got angry with him. They used excessive force. They pushed him against the wall and squeezed him really hard. He said it was painful and deported him. And apparently it was a combination of that and what they described as extremist propaganda. And the meme, by the way, was sent to him on WhatsApp. You know how it saves to your photo roll? Mm-hmm. That's how I was there.
Yeah, it asks me every so often. It's like, can we still have access to all your pictures, please? And it's like, I guess, whatever.
That's not good.
Nothing important in here.
So I don't like that. I just think it's bad practice for our tourism business. I think that you should welcome people who make fun of your leader with silly memes, even if they're not funny memes. So if that was the deciding factor, I don't like that one bit. Just because of that, like I don't want people around the world should think you're welcome here and we won't fuck with you. But I just said a minute ago, one of the reasons I would never go to North Korea, like if I was looking at an Asian vacation next month and I was like, well, not North Korea. Why? Mm-hmm. I don't want them going through my phone, seeing some meme of the great leader and like, I don't know, being mean to me. Well, that's just if that's what we did, I hate that. Because I want French people to come here and spend their dirty money. You know, I want them to, I want Europeans to come here and be like, holy shit, they weren't exaggerating how big this place is. Oh, and look at that. Free refills. I want them to air conditioning.
Damn, they are better.
What you're talking about is real, right? People aren't coming here. Tourism is down in a really big way. It's just an anecdote, but I'm watching this sailing couple. They're going from Mexico to Canada without stopping in America. And it's just because they're concerned about our attitude towards Turkey. They're British.
Yeah.
It's quite a sail. They're British and they're a little bit of LARPing there.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Wait, how are they LARPing?
Meaning that like a couple British people on a boat are like, "Oh, we don't want to stop in America because we'd be detained and thrown in Alligator Alcatraz." It's like, fuck yourself.
I think people think that. I get asked in chat, like, "Hey, my parents are talking about coming from Denmark. Is it safe to come into America?" So you might think it's wild, but people do think it.
My answer would be probably.
Right?
I'm not sure.
A couple of elderly people from Denmark visit America and you think that's risky? That's insane.
Well, I don't know what's on their phones. I don't know what's on their social media. I don't know if they back some left-wing group in Denmark that we view as maybe they support Hamas.
Are they commies?
The dude we just talked about was from Norway.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a Canadian died in ICE custody. I don't know the details of that, but the flat out truth is that people die in ICE custody sometimes. And sometimes I've seen them lock up tourists accidentally. And you can imagine how it would be easy to accidentally lock up a tourist who happened to be, you're a tourist from China and you want to see Chinatown and they're there grabbing like Chinese waiters and scooping them up. You could get scooped up too.
Wait, why would a tourist from China want to go to Chinatown?
Dude, if I went to China and they had an America Town, you best believe I'm heading on down to fucking Uncle Sam Avenue and getting myself a double burger. I want to see their version of my thing. I want
to see what they think. I think I'm curious.
Okay.
Right.
I wouldn't think that way.
Everyone's like confident, loud, unusually happy, smiling constantly in America Town. It's gonna be like
fat as hell.
Oh yeah, right. It's just like red dye and everything. Food standards are lower.
Yeah, they have ads. We're the last place with red 40. like real America.
Yeah, I mean, I would genuinely be scared and worried about it, especially if I were like a real left-leaning kind of European person who did make fun of Trump on social. Maybe if you ran a meme account that did nothing but make fun of Trump, and you're coming from Germany visiting New York, I'd be worried, bro. I think I'd want to get that off my phone, get a new device. They might do something to you, and maybe not just because of that, but if you got some other little complication like this other guy did, maybe the two combined get you messed with. I don't know. Right. I would genuinely be worried about it.
Too funny, and now they're going to lock your ass up.
Could be. You know, Trump doesn't like to be out memed.
I wouldn't like that. Well, he's not good at memeing. He's a boomer. He's
every now and then he's got a turn of the phrase.
It's always like an accidental, funny thing.
What about when he called Kim Rocket Man? I called him Little Rocket Man.
That was funny, and that was years and years ago. He's lost a little bit of the magic. He's lost a lot of the funniness. Like, when he does things funny now, it doesn't feel like a bit or a joke where he's in on it. It feels more like, oh, he did something absurd. Let's laugh at this absurdity. Not even necessarily saying it makes him look
13
bad.
tattoos were real. That one has permanently colored my opinion of him.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't funny.
No.
I thought it was hilarious.
But a new Trump thing. At the way stations, they're asking the truck drivers to read a piece of paper to them aloud, and if they can't, they're taking their driver's licenses away. They've taken the driver's licenses of like, I read the number today. Maybe it was 80 or maybe it was 180 people have lost their truck driving license because they don't know English. Basically, it's an English test more than a reading test because like literacy is like. Whatever. Everybody can fumble their way through a basic sentence, but it's an English test. And if they can't speak English, they're taking their licenses away.
Damn. Seems like you should probably be able to read English if you're going to be driving around.
The signs are like specifically meant that you don't need that, right? Like all the shapes and colors have meanings too.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on that one way or the other. I don't care who's driving the trucks. But it's just a thing they're doing. I was on the conspiracy subreddit today. I was reading through some of those fun conspiracies. It's supposed to be a biological attack tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that, July 4th in the U.S. But aside from that, they were talking about the new theory is that the immigration flights that are trackable online, according to some people, they go out into the ocean and then they just turn around and come back.
Right.
Now, Woody,
What?
wow. So Woody, what would you imagine is happening if a plane full of people goes out of the ocean, but then it just comes back all empty and whatnot?
Maybe they're good swimmers. Maybe they love that. I would love that. I've always wanted to swim in really deep water. Right? Making dreams come true, Kyle. You ever think of that? Huh?
Yeah. Woody would excel. You'd be looking at all those drowning Venezuelans and you'd be like, you guys are fucking, you got to want it, pussies. Like, you gotta,
We've got to
swim.
Ball like ants. Come on, everybody grab each other.
No, some poor swimmer would grab you and you'd have to kick.
No, but I've
off.
seen that on, I saw that on the conspiracy subreddit, but I also saw it on like some liberal TikTok accounts with like some girl talking for 4 minutes. Like, they are taking them out of the ocean and dumping them. They are murdering them. I don't think so. I really don't. The reason I say so is,
I don't know. The conspiracy subreddit and the girl on TikTok. It's starting to add up.
do some Googling. I bet you'll find a groundswell.
Let me check what factsandDetails.com has to say.
Okay, they got the answer. Ask them why we got to smooch that wall while you're at it, because I genuinely don't know what's magical about that wall. That's not. Is that?
I want to know what the buff is. Like +1 vigor.
I told you, protection from
+1 vigor, extra power on consecutive attacks. Like
15% off bagels.
Ooh, I got the 0% loan buff.
Ooh.
That'd be good.